Hello and welcome to another edition of Bad Creepypasta. Today we are delving into the world of Mario and things that LOL Skeletons hasn't noticed and deleted yet to compensate for his small penis. This one is called Blood Whistle, and I hope you enjoy it. Forward. This is the recorded blog of a college student who was playing a modified version of Super Mario Bros. 3 on his computer. Shortly after submitting the last entry, he committed suicide in his dorm room.
There we go. We know the story now. Well, we're done, haven't we? Next one. Yeah, see you next time with Bad Creepypasta.
You think it's because of this, but no, he's just stressed from college and all the responsibility. Really has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, really, he was bricking it because of an assignment, so he just shot himself.
Having a rough divorce. June the 5th, 2012. A friend of mine recently sent me what he claims to be a scary Super Mario Bros. 3 hack that he wants me to try out because he didn't have the time or courage. I started this blog to record my progress through the game because I have no friends. He got this from a site that's no longer active, and I've seen some pretty scary occurrences from emulator games before. Just look at Ben.
They're becoming self-aware.
I want to point out that Ben, the story they're referring to, is a story about a haunted game on a cartridge, not an emulator.
Yeah.
So,
Fail.
Immediate fail. All of that aside, however, there was something definitely off about this ROM. It was SMB3:BW. Anyhow, I won't play any today, as I'm quite busy with college work and such.
But not enough to, type this up.
Yeah.
But I will definitely start tomorrow. June the 6th, 2012. I played some of the game today. Obviously my friend was misinformed. I have played all the way through 1 to 3 and have found nothing irregular. All of the sprites, levels and sounds didn't have a fluke to their name.
Wait, a fluke?
Wait, hang on. All of the sprites, levels and sounds didn't have a fluke to their name. No, it's the same sentence when I try and read it twice.
Fluke's not the word you were going for, were it? Was it?
No, God knows. Wait, ... A secret. That must be how you have to unlock it. Yeah, you have to wait for the blind boo. I swear, you guys, I'll find the warp whistle tomorrow and see what creepy secrets this game has to hide. Look for tomorrow's post. It won't disappoint, because I can see into the future. Maybe this will explain what the BW in the title stands for. ...
Another B.
June the 7th. I just got that. 2012. I wish I hadn't unlocked that secret. This game will be the bane of my existence. I'll try as best I can to explain what happened, and what will certainly entail. I don't know if any of you will believe me. I certainly don't. But this sick mockery of one of my childhood favourites must be exploited and never be seen by the eyes of any other breathing man on God's green earth, so I'm posting about it on the internet. And Todd, what I'll call my friend for the sake of privacy and possibly security, why don't you just call him Kyle? Do not send that link to anyone else. You'll see why below. I entered the castle stage. Knowing its only secret was the warp whistle, I disposed of a dry bones before donning a raccoon tail. With a running start, I was flying above the stage until I hit the secret area. My whole life, before I hit up on my arrow keypad, was completely different.
It's completely life-changing event. Up. No.
I was happy.
Everything gone.
I was normal. No, you weren't. I could wake up in the morning recognizing my own reflection.
What?
Being absolute about... We turned him into a vampire. Being absolute about my safety.
Pressing up.
Now it's lies. All lies.
Oh. Because of Mario.
I know that. As of what happened today, my life will become an infernal hell. In which every day will be a futile struggle to retain my own sanity. Just stop playing.
I'm sorry, hang on. Oh no!
For the benefit of the people watching, Shadow Wolf just pressed up on my keyboard.
They can't actually see
all
us.
lies!
Oh my god, listen to this. This would have been right at home in I Hate You.
Yes.
After finishing this wretched collage of electronic dejection.
Marvellous purple pro.
Wow.
If you write like this, you're an asshole.
Wow.
I will embrace death like a long-lost lover with open arms.
Now it's turned into Thomas.
Now, to get on with what had come to pass.
If it was Thomas, it would be talking about how awesome he is. I'm pretty sure this guy could beat up the toppler.
Fucking hell!
The blocks that lined the wall were a gloomy, albeit polished obsidian black. Mario's skin now had a greyish tint to it, but that wasn't what was wrong with that picture. The music was a sped-up version of the normal bonus room theme. Todd's skull was cracked open and profusely bleeding, spilling blood onto the floor.
Whoa!
And making the room slippery like an ice stage. People were
Slipping around in my banana shoes.
People were slipping on it and they were all grossed out. His mouth was also agape and spewing blood onto the floor. The blood had an eerie, reflective quality that should have been graphically impossible for an 8-bit game like Mario 3.
I doubt that.
Would you say it was realistic in a hyper way?
I walked up to him to see what it is that he might say. Okay, there's going to be a picture for this bit. What he had to offer was this. Blood whistle. Hear its cry.
Wow, first of all, that reflective quality. Oh my.
brain!
Look at the MS Paint brain.
Wow. That reflective quality of that blood, it's so realistic, isn't it? You can see.
Yeah.
I just like the way the waterfall is coming down. It's massive.
I then ran towards the chest to see its contents.
Why would you?
The chest was drenched in reflective, realistic blood.
Okay, how does that look reflective or realistic?
Of the same type emanated by the orifices and exposed cranium of the poor little mushroom-headed fellow.
Wait, orifices, so it's come out of his butt as well.
Yeah.
Marvellous.
Butt brain.
Well, he just said mushroom head too, so it's all very sexual. Pressing onward, I ran through it to discover its dark secret. Its twisted surprise. I wasn't prepared for the following events. A blood-soaked warp whistle ominously rose from what I now believe to be the deepest crevice of hell.
Right next to... Clearly it was sent up from hell by Sonic.
It blipped twice as the normal whistle would. That, my fellow reader. Wait, you're not reading it as well, I'm just the reader. I should be like...
Almost right.
Yeah, I should be like your dear reader or something. Anyway, learn to write. Was the only...
If he learned to write, he wouldn't be doing this.
Normality of what I have played today. It played a deep tune that I can't get out of my head as I write this. The whistle descended, violently striking Mario in the chest.
In the groin.
He unleashed a blood-curdling scream as it went into his back and out of his chest.
What do we say about making that noise?
This cry wasn't 8-bit at all. It wasn't even cartoon-esque. It was the sound of unfiltered anguish, of utter agony.
Oh my god.
His expression reflected the same. To end my experience on this perverse version of something I once loved, Mario was transported to the warp zone of the blood whistle. I call it this because it had only the cookie-cutter outline of the quaint island.
It's so scary.
The water consisted solely of the same blood aforementioned in my encounter with the whistle.
Why is it always blood?
What you mean?
Why is it never lemon meringue?
Shitty, hyper-realistic shit, crap shit.
Corpses of Koopas and other enemies of Mario were scattered afloat near the shores, while menacing eyes glared at me between the waves, surfacing just to cast their evil glance on Mario. Or me, I can't be sure at this point. All of the worlds were indicated by their respective numbers, and all of the dots were crimson. At that point, I noticed yet another abnormality.
I was playing this and doing nothing else with my life.
This time concerning the dot for World 8. Beside it were two 8-bit patches of fire that twisted and contorted in place, without me pressing any buttons. The whistle stabbed Mario in the ribs. This cued him to move to the World 2 dot. Refusing to pay any further attention to the horrors that surely await in the distorted desert, I saved the game and quit. I have played more than enough of my fill for today. I guess that I figured out the acronym for the ROM file title meant Blood Whistle the hard way.
I thought it meant boiled weasel.
Despite the horrors that plague this abomination, I will continue to subject myself to this suffering for the sake of all of you.
Wow.
Also
you're some hero. You're up there.
Otherwise, the story. Also, the story of and then I stopped playing it and got on with my life.
That's the
It'll help me keep
scariest
track
thing.
of the days. And maybe this desperate attempt to cling to my stable frame of mind won't prove to be in total vain. You know what? I don't think you have a stable frame of mind, mate, because you know it's a hacked ROM, you know it's scary, and then you play it and it scares you, and you act like a total fucking pansy about it.
Yep.
I think it's like I said, you have to get through the trauma.
But nothing's happened that's scary, though. He's like crying about it, and it's just like nothing's going on.
Stabbed Mario.
Like, so what? It's a
You got a whistle in the back.
It's a scary ROM hack, your friend already told you. There are 5,000 people that have followed this blog in the 2 days it's been up.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I bet there aren't even 500 comments. After this pointedly interesting post, well,
Where is it?
I'm hoping to have some more. For those of you who follow my posts, read
All 8 of you.
tomorrow's and share with your friends. I need you to expose the stark luridness of this shell of something I once knew and loved. I swear this is just like I Hate You. It's the same.
Yeah. You're just using words.
Gauntlet of Depravity. June the 8th, 2012. Well, I did it. I managed to
I killed that hooker.
I managed to clench the fickle fibres of my perception of reality
Oh, good lord.
long
really?
enough to play through World 2.
You hero.
I have come to the conclusion that whoever made this is completely and utterly deranged.
And you already made this point.
There's been a rusted gear or a broken spring in the mechanics of their sadistic mind. Or, perhaps, they just like making scary games.
Yeah.
Their only purpose in creating this mod was to mentally and psychologically flagellate the naive poor soul enough to take the bait of its mysterious origin.
I want to punch
Even
this
though your
person.
friend told you it was a scary ROM hack. Well, I'm certainly naive enough to fall into that category. You certainly are.
Yeah.
I digress. To the experience!
As I
To the
walk-
blood whistle mobile.
As I look through the thesaurus for more interesting words to use.
I find myself asking how I could have missed major things like this yesterday when I saved the game in this world. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Blood of the same texture from before was just splattered across the desert, as sand itself was. Solitary eyes watched me from the pyramids. Pentagrams and other sadistic symbols were also infrequent in the environment. So,
We're bringing that shit into this now, aren't we?
if they were... Hang on a minute, guys. If they were infrequent, that means you barely saw them.
Yeah.
I'm just letting that sink in for a moment.
Oh wow, read the next sentence.
More importantly,
Oh my goodness! You know what? You saw it first. Do you want the honour of reading the sentence?
Could this hack be the work of the Illuminati?
yes, it could.
It could, and it is.
Okay, enough pondering. Fucking
As I wondered that, a man wandered into my room and he turned out to have 3 nipples.
He talked to me about the meaning of horror.
And then Leatherface was killed by a biplane for no reason.
I need to finish this grim tale. Skeletons of Coopers littered the bleak landscape. There was
No,
a
skeletons.
distant disturbance with Mario's appearance, though he looked starved and parched, as one would typically look after a few days in the desert.
Let's get some 5 o'clock shadow.
Then Mario moved into the 2-1 block without my command, and the music began to play shortly after. This was a reversed version of the Overworld theme.
On the bright side, it actually belongs in this game. It's the reverse version of the tune from Mad World or some other random game I felt like bringing in.
Whispers and other paranormal phenomena could be heard playing in harmony with the music, saying cryptic things.
But like,
I heard a blood organ in the background.
After about a minute, I began to record the sound. I'll upload it as soon as possible,
I bet you won't.
because it's not on the Creepypasta as
Yeah.
far as I know. But I know I definitely can't do it today. One of the most distinct things I kept hearing was, "Let the whistle guide you."
Let the whistle guide you.
Stop that.
And the instrument of blood plays the sweetest tune.
Oh yeah.
This creeped me out, needless to say.
Because Barry White was saying
But
it.
this was only a fetid taste of things to come. The sky.
All these things to come.
This was only a fetid taste of things to come. The sky
All these things to come.
was a greyish blue, accompanied by an almost white sun.
Well, at least it wasn't red.
The colours weren't bright or cheery in the slightest. The pyramid blocks were faded and cracked, and the wooden blocks were obviously rotting. Mario's sprite was visibly starving and pleading for thirst.
Wait, pleading?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Pleading for thirst.
Please, I'm so hungry. Please make me thirsty too to take my mind off it.
I'm so full of water.
The fire creatures fixedly stared at me like a shark stares at a school of fish, except it doesn't because a shark never stops moving, seeming to know who their next meal was. The neutral expressions of the Koopas had changed into ones of converged disgust and loath. I had obtained the raccoon by now, so I ran along the pipe-looking platform and took off. I flew for a little while, which was nice.
I was really enjoying this game.
Mario's face changed as well, being the normal happy smile you usually see throughout the entire game.
Does he even smile? He just seems to have a blank look that's mustache is in the way of most of his face.
I relish in the few moments of happiness I sought from this game. These moments were mercilessly ended within the course of a few seconds. The sky flashed a gloomy black before the blood whistle came and impaled the poor plumber yet again. Mario fell, his corpulent figure going limp.
You know,
until he hit
Mario's
the ground.
fat,
with a
but I
thump.
don't think he actually qualifies as corpulent.
I swore I could feel. He was miraculously alive.
Must have been all that fucking fat there.
That must be because he's a fucking game character.
His
And
body
he's not
twitching
real.
in a feeble attempt to rise. A fire creature jumped on Mario, who was
him.
now pinned to the ground and screaming in pain.
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
His scream was bitterly realistic. It reeked of such ineffable pain, it hurts me now to describe the sheer degree of torture this character was put through.
Oh, give the fuck over.
Burning and seething in pain, and there I sat, completely powerless.
Not getting tortured, watching someone else getting tortured.
Forced to watch what I thought was the end of his trials on World 2. I was so wrong. Forced to watch. I couldn't have hit, I don't know, X on the corner of the
You know a few
the
seconds
emulator.
ago how he was like, oh man, I'm really enjoying this. And then also happened like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I suddenly realised
That
that I could play the normal version of this game. So I did. It was awesome.
Just like I suddenly realised I actually.
Then
have
I
a
decided to play Super Mario World for 10 years.
life. Oh man, Super Mario World.
Good game, yeah. The level select came into view. Whistle threw back. No, let's try that again. The level select came into view. Whistle threw back. When the level started, the background was an egregious smoke-filled black. Bursts of lightning filled the sky with illumination of the Illuminati.
Yes.
Winged demons in flight were visible upon these strokes. Also, in the skies glowed stagnantly lit pentagrams and 666.
Hooray!
Mario was being carried by two of Bowser's sons up one of the game's pyramid structures. However, this particular structure was vastly different from the regular ones. The bricks were cracked and faded with age. The edges were jagged, with dried blood caked on each block. Nothing but a heavy drumbeat and the sounds of thunder played in the background.
I can't stop this feeling.
The thunder didn't play in unison with the lightning as happens in most games. There was an eerily realistic pause between the flare of lightning and the boom of thunder. As the top of the structure was reached, I saw the worst thing yet.
I saw the worst thing ever.
Bowser towered above everyone else, intimidating and terrible. Below stood four of his sons, two of which had carried Mario. Morton, Iggy, Ray and Von Cooper.
Who gives a crap about their names?
Above the entire scene were the words Blood Whistle in bright red neon letters. Bowser's face had to have been 10 times more evil than I had ever seen it. Thanks.
So he goes to all these lengths of just flowerily describing shit. And it's like his face, it was evil 10 times more so than normal.
His face was more evil.
His green shell was cracked and his white spines.
Seriously, did you just give up? And
Chewing in
you know,
blood.
I've used up all the good words already. It's like I've nothing left to describe Bowser, so he's 10 times worse than normal. I'm not letting this go.
Blood was fresh on his teeth. Also, as his serpentine tongue licked them, making clear his intentions on what to do with Mario after he disposed of him. It was then I came to a dooming realization. Mario can't die. The game won't let him. However many things are thrown at him, in however many ways he is brutally maimed, mortality will not escape him. For a time, that is. He will continue to be sustained by whatever dark force or sick mind that drives the rest of these occurrences to passing until the game's eventual end. in which he will ruefully and painfully perish.
Where is he getting any of this shit?
That's another case of someone who doesn't know the difference between fiction and reality. Oh my god, I must help him! He's trapped on that tiny screen!
I'm sure you get some pain, he's got a headache.
Right.
Do you hear that? He's got a headache from reading this shit.
Now that has been said, that has been said,
That
it continues
said.
today experience. Suddenly Von Cooper produced a dagger. It gleamed with uncanny realism in the light of the blood whistle sign that loomed above. After a brief pause, he began to slice Mario's chest open. The end.
I wish.
Mario again brayed that fearful cry, a cry that implied that he would die only to endure torture of 10 times the magnitude. Tears streamed down his face as Von removed his heart, still pumping. If
Kalima!
he's playing an 8-bit game, how?
Little 8-bit heart.
It's a little bit hard. If you've tried to play Mortal Kombat on Sega Master System,
He handed it to Bowser, who
Bowser
ate
now
it
has Mario's heart.
crunching chomp. His sons laughed as he did this, blood flowing from Mario's exposed abdomen. With a bark from their twisted father, the sons shamelessly began to regurgitate and tear apart what was open.
Wait, they were regurgitating.
Apparently so.
I think that's we threw up into his wound and then started eating him. That's pretty fucked up.
As they were doing this, Mario slowly turned his head towards me and uttered a single question through the tears of blood.
Quay.
Why?
Mamma mia, why?
Mamma mia! I myself asked the very same question. Why would they treat him as an animal, if not less for their amusement? Probably because Bowser's been trying to kill that motherfucker for ages.
What do you do to your enemy?
And finally lost his shit. Why would someone initiate the genesis of such a horrid contraption?
So now we're back to that. Like you could have had something better to describe Bowser, but now it's the genesis of
a contraption in which life and death have no meaning and are manipulates. A contraption in which concepts such as morals, remorse, and mercy are completely foreign. So it's like GTA. It makes me shudder to think that there is someone sick enough out there to put a character through the kind of unbearable hell just to sit back and laugh.
What about the real life people that actually do that? No, it's worse in game apparently.
It makes me absolutely sick to my core. Okay, that reminds me of another thing. You're probably wondering as to why I complacently talk about Mario as if he's a human being. Yes, I fucking am. A human who suffers pain, sorrow, depression, starvation, and thirst, like the rest of us.
Erectile dysfunction, sleepiness, drowsy. Take twice a day.
A human who is also capable of feeling happiness, remorse, goodwill, and love like anyone else. It's because I am thoroughly convinced he is.
Oh, piss off!
Please don't stop following this blog!
No, I'm already done.
Please.
Because you think I'm insane.
That'd be amazing. So, I'm not insane. Please like, comment, subscribe.
That's you, isn't it? You wrote this.
I
It's
believe,
an alternative version of you who's lost this shit.
without a shadow of a doubt,
Apparently he will explain that later, by the way.
that inside this game is a character with a complex range of emotions.
Piss off!
Someone who feels like you and me.
Does he believe Tron's real as well? Quick, you have to stop the monster control.
But it's
We need to
just
protect Jeff Bridges!
a game, right? It's just a contrived mixture of code and data put together to present words and images, correct?
Yes!
Wrong.
Oh, fuck off!
I know
Who died and made you king of the games?
with everything inside of me
Which
that
is not
Mario
allowed.
has to be alive.
No!
Why does it have to...
I have
Did
seen
he just
him.
like go to Disney World or something and saw a real life Mario, someone dressed up as him? He's alive!
He watched that Ambassadors of Funk video with the guy in the shitty Mario
You're
costume.
gonna have to put a picture of that up.
Fuck it, link in the description. I ain't gonna-
Oh, is he one of these delusional people who believes that you can't tell love from fiction? Next thing you can tell us that Digimon are real. They're real. They live on the internet.
I know with everything inside of me that Mario has to be alive. I have seen him truly happy and truly sad.
Fucking hell!
What does that? Sorry, does that mean that Aang is real as well? That Walter White is real? Fucking hell, that E.T. is real.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is real.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is real.
Well,
Do you know Buffy? It's a documentary.
Yeah, that's just what life is like in America.
Just like Die Hard's a documentary.
I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how something so human could rise from something so truly inhuman. A character with a soul seemed completely impossible to me before I played this hack.
and yet he's getting all this from a little shitty whistle with crappy graphics.
Yes. At what point did Mario go like, I'm gonna go live my life dream in this game or some shit? I know my
This guy is insane.
Yeah, at no point did Mario go to the author and go, hello, Jeff, or whatever your name
my
is.
life and dream. I'm going to write the great American novel. Mamma mia.
Everything's bigger in America.
Just, I'm a real, didn't you know? We went to school together.
I now have a goal with this game to keep this poor creature safe. So he's going on about how he's a human. Now he's called him a creature.
Right. It'd still be shit. But if there's some indication that Mario was, I don't know, actually happy or alive
Maybe
in
he had
some
a friend
way.
called Mario. I'd believe him, who just lived like Mario somehow. I suppose I now know the real truth. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same place, same time.
Same bad time. Same bad
Same
channel.
Yep.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Same place, same time.
Same bad time. Same bad channel.
Yep.
It's me again.
That's the best opening. June 9th, 2012. It's me again. I had a horrible range of nightmares last night that are a direct result of playing this game.
Gee, what else would it be a fucking result of? Your bad grades in fucking college?
This is all the paint I've been huffing. When he's in college, he's clearly fucking high. I've been doing some meth the other day.
Yes, written by the guys who live upstairs. Some really weird stuff also went down.
Yeah, we would have mentioned that he's been practicing his guitar all night long.
So, I can almost play Come As You Are after a year. Some really weird stuff also went down.
Eating Pringles.
Really?
I'm going to eat Pringles. Does someone else want to read?
Yeah. Before I get into today's gameplay, I'll have to go through them with you guys, so I'll have an interactive record of my dreaming habits related to this game. I myself...
I couldn't see it, but basically just indicate that he's an utter wanker, which
He
I
is a
agree with.
wanker. I myself am having a hard time as to how they were so close to home and what they mean for my seemingly inevitable downfall. Nope, I don't get it either. Before I tell you this...
Has he reached his expiry date?
Apparently so.
Oh, you mean there's a Christmas going on?
That's it. I have to let you know. I have to let you in on a piece of relevant information. In the 4th grade, I used to play the recorder. Right, this is going to go down well. Right, listen to this.
Stuck the whistle up my butt, and I fell over, and it went straight up there, and it started to bleed, and that's where the blood whistle came from. The end.
Oh, yeah, you probably just made the fucking connection, didn't you? Every kid had to learn some sort of musical instrument.
Alright.
I like wind instruments because of their method of play, appearance and sound, so I chose the blooded whistle. No, I'm joking. Such is the irony of the instrument that has
Why
caused me
are you actually
all of
reading a
this
book at the
grief.
moment?
Yeah, I'm reading the book.
In my dream, I was playing the instrument in a dark room. I was
Dark room.
I was my 4th grade self, just anyway, playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Out of nowhere, I began to cough. I had choked on some blood that had materialised within around my recorder. It covered it, and soon filled it. Blood began to pour in great quantity out of the recorder's holes.
Great quality. Pretty good blood.
Oh, it soon began to float in mid-air and hover. A few seconds passed, and then it struck me out of the chest. It impaled me, going directly through my heart and every other vital artery one could think of. I woke up. The sheets were plastered to my bare chest with sweat. I was completely fine, not a scratch on me. But as
I woke up from a dream. I was fine.
As I sat there in bed, afraid of how I'm sure the game did this on me.
Oh my god, I just realised we're halfway through.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably not going to be as bad as Thomas, but it's going to be more of a trek.
Oh my god.
Or maybe it was just me losing my sanity as every other viewer watching this right now. I began to hear noise coming from my laptop. It was closed, but a faint muffled humming sound was clearly audible. I warily approached my computer, the machine almost looking alive, then I opened it up. It was a picture of SMB3 Raccoon Mario sprite on the black backdrop. He was chained up by his legs and feet, and the chains reached outside of the screen. The blood whistle sat as the centerpiece of it through Mario's chest.
So I know he's trying to make it like the words blood whistle are in no way intimidating, are they?
If this is all that's going to happen for the rest of the story, it's stabbing people over and over again.
Is this
just to give everyone
Freudian
I've stopped listening. That's why I haven't been given any commentary. I'm sitting here. I'm reading The Prince by Machiavelli right now, and it's so much.
He actually is.
Yeah, I've just been sitting here reading. It's bloody great. Everyone should get it. I'll put an Amazon link.
At this rate, I'm going to go over to your shelf and pick up a.
Let me just read it.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
A little bit from it. Let's have a think. Well, just here. I'm right at the beginning. In the new principality, difficulties do arise. First, if it is not entirely new, but a new appendage to an old state, disorders arise chiefly because of one natural difficulty, always encouraged in new principalities. What happens is that men will willingly change their ruler, expecting to fare better. This expectation induces them to take up arms against him, but they only deceive themselves, and they learn from experience that they have made matters worse. This follows from another common and natural necessity. A prince is always compelled to injure those who have made him the new ruler, subjecting them to the troops and imposing the endless other hardships with which his new conquest entails. Just to give you a little bit of a taster, it's available from Penguin Classics.
Sorry, are we doing adverts now?
It's translated by George Bull, who has done quite a good job, I have to say.
I'm going to go read Hitchhikers.
It's a little wordy, but it's a classic though. I think you should check it out.
Anyway, back to Blood
That's
Whistle.
That's where part one ends, right?
Yeah. The tune of the Blood Whistle played over and over, a loop that only exacerbated with the sound within the walls of my psyche. I tried exiting out of whatever this program might have been, but the window wouldn't close. I eventually had to take my laptop battery, which didn't sit too well with my OS. Luckily, I didn't lose any files. Now for the gameplay. These guys are sitting next to me reading books, so I'm just going to continue on suffering. I was on a weak
fucking match reading as well. I just turned around.
I was on a weak imitation of the World 3 map. The water was none other than blood. Ravenous fish jump out of the water.
Take a shot.
Looks of primal hunger on their faces.
Are you reading that, Douglas Adams?
Yeah, I'm reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No.
There was something off about Mario's map representation that I noticed right away. Along with his raccoon tail, the blood whistle was now a permanent fixture through his body. His skin had dulled a little to his prior shade of grey. Now he has 50 shades of it. Now more outwardly noticeable.
A book we don't own, by the way.
Yes. His moustache... spelt a bit wrong, I think.
Did it droop and was it covered in blood?
No, apparently his moustache now had dots of red clung to it.
I hate when you get clunge.
Red clunge to it.
I hate when I get clunge all over my mustache.
Without my...
I love it when I get clunge on my mustache.
Without my or Mario's control needless to say, I was moved to the first underwater stage. A cherry red tint absorbed the entire screen. This was to be expected, as the water looked blood-ridden from the outside as well. I swam down to the left side of the level to get a fire flower underwater. As soon as Mario got it and his outfit changed, I got an evil He got an evil simper on his face.
I'm starting to feel sorry for you now. I'm coming back.
I'm still reading Hitchhiker.
I can't bear to listen to you like just.
He looked at me and said, "Revenge? Yes." I confirmed his suspicions, and then we set off for the danger that lurked near.
Danger zone.
Danger! The fish cast malevolent gazes at Mario as
Oh,
he
I thought you were going
swam
to say
by,
the fish car. And he goes, oh, that's interesting.
incinerating them underwater. I never got that, Mario. His normal happy smile returned. So did mine, because he's killing animals. Hooray!
What
The
a
annihilation of carnivorous critters that didn't last long before both Mario and I faced a hellish dilemma.
Why are you doing it like a news reporter from the 30s?
Losing.
People dying. Do something about
What a scoop.
There was a large fish with rows of razor-sharp teeth. Below him were two power-up blocks, one black-looking and one purple-looking. What a scoop!
It was the bee's knees.
It was so phonetic of the emergency ward and get stitches. I assumed that these were supposed to mean red and blue. Obviously, there was no progress. More colours on a spice rack. From this point, without finding out what these blocks had in store, Mario's expression has changed back to its gaunt appearance that he has for the majority of the game. Knowing I had no other choice, I dauntingly hit the block that was black in appearance.
Hate crime.
On the left. The fish shone around from its position in top of us and began to tear off Mario's limbs. By this time, a group of fish had congregated around the entire scene.
How many lives does this guy have?
I don't know. Their laughs were deep
Maybe
and
he did one of
short.
those cheaty things and got loads of lives.
Yeah, maybe he had to use Game Genie.
Yeah.
Registering his
Well, I've been
bugs for
playing
the
it for 10
8-bit
years.
sound processor. Mario's unable body wobbled as he bled out, spewing black across the red.
When he finally died, the big fish began to laugh. After a couple of seconds, Mario's limbs regrew. He's like the Thing. With a blue, what's that say? Stock remaining. I think that's his stock. Oh no, with a blue block remaining.
Yeah, sorry, cursor was in the way.
Yeah. I hit it to get this all over with. Bubbles stopped coming from Mario's mouth. He cried out for help. But that only made the problem worse. He sucked on in tons of water, his hands around his neck, his face began to grow from
Do you say
grey
he
to
sucked in
blue.
tons of water?
In a matter of moments, yes he did, apparently. He kicked and fought, but he only wore himself down. Getting angry, he began to incinerate random fish that had gathered in a crowd. The fish began to laugh louder. For every fish he killed, two more appeared in his place. After a while he just gave up as I watched Mario utter his last gurgle on World 3, the blood whistle stabbing him, taken away. I saved and quit with a haste. See you all tomorrow.
I would like to recommend this book. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a very interesting book. It's quite a classic. There are 5 of them out at the moment, but the most common one I'm reading at the moment is called The Trilogy of 4.
Sorry?
I recommend it.
Why are we advertising?
Because I really like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. and it's
You know
far
why?
more
Because I
interesting.
tell you what it is, mate. It's that we like good writing, and the thing is, when you read shit like this, it just makes
It's
you.
counterbalancing the,
It just makes you feel sad, and you got to kind of redress the balance.
It makes me feel sad to think that loads of other things got deleted, but this hasn't, and
Yeah.
this goes on forever and ever and ever and fucking ever.
I wasn't really paying attention, so something about him being bummed by a fish and getting stabbed by a whistle again.
I think this is going to go on for like 8 episodes.
It probably
I don't think
is, yeah.
anyone's going to watch them.
Campus police gave me a visit today.
June 10th, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
They heard you screaming about how Mario was real. They were worried.
June 10th, 2012. Campus police gave me a visit today. Apparently, one of you had reported my comments related to suicide and claimed I was insane.
Which you clearly are.
As a result, I have eliminated all personal information from this blog.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because,
I located the person who reported me and killed him. No. And banned him. I also have an IP tracker, so don't any of you try that. Speaking of followers, 50,000. I had never expected this page to accumulate this many active viewers.
We don't even get 50,000 fucking views.
This is... You can tell that this is a lie in fiction, because 50,000... Really?
50,000 some
Let me guess,
guy clearly going insane.
Like, over 3 days... Like, what was it? How many... 3 days?
5 days, probably. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is 5 days.
I've stopped caring. Princess Toadstool's letter appeared after the previous screen from World 3 faded out. She was squirming and shifting around. Bowser's hand covered her mouth and nose, but it was easy to see the fear in her eyes in 8-bit. They darted left and right in stark true fear.
In 8-bit.
Bowser continued to have that sadistic smile on his face as he struggled with her for about a minute and a half. Peach began to change. Her eyes grew an ominous red. As she...
Reed.
Oh yeah.
An anonymous Reed.
As she pushed Bowser's arm away with inhuman strength. She cackled like a loon, blue veins bulging so noticeably in 8-bit
It looked like she was in Dragon Ball.
clearly visible through her white satin 8-bit gloves. Bowser then began to cower
In his 8-bit timidity.
in timidity. The text on the letter said only this.
Blood Whistle, hear its cry. Peach.
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 The Princess Toadstool. Peach.
I've made a cake with a blood whistle in it.
I baked you a cake. It's not actually a cake.
Blood pudding, here it's fry. The letter scene was abruptly cut off and World 4 level select map was brought into view.
I've just realised that we're going to go through all 8 fucking levels.
Do you think you could skim some of this?
The letter scene was abruptly cut off and the World 4 level select map was brought into view. Goombas and Koopas of all sizes appeared, furious and hungry as ever. This addition made sense. This was the giant tiny world. The shown enemies would be dimensioned as such. The normally green grass was withered and dead. The small patches of water were blood.
What else would it fucking be?
Mario still was in the fireball fatigues that he donned in World 3. When compared the other worlds, the map view for this one was vastly less disturbing. When compared the other worlds, the map view for this one was vastly less disturbing. I would go as far as to call this tolerable, I wouldn't. Mario moved towards 4-1
fucking intolerable.
into whatever nightmarish scenario this stage had to offer.
The stage had the usual kinks of any level in this game. The sky was black drink, which made the white clouds vibrantly contrast even. A reversed version of the ground level once again played. The wood, as it had been before,
wood.
and wasting away beneath Mario's feet. The pipes were faded and cracked in various places. All of the enemies still possessed the same carnivorous look on their looks of their intergame counterparts. There was, oddly enough, a startling abundance of them. Koopas and Goombas danced around the ritualistic manner. Mario was visibly petrified, and why do you guys keep reading every time I fucking start reading this?
Because life, the universe, and everything's quite an interesting story.
As he tried to avoid them, my arrow keeps kept them inches away from his life. Amidst all of the din, there hovered a solitary power-up. It was regular in appearance, nothing was outwardly off with this, which greatly surprised me, not knowing what horrid item it contained. I bumped it in blind vein. That maybe it could help me. You can most likely infer from the indentation I made in the preceding paragraph that I was completely mistaken. What appeared next is what I dreaded. That damn whistle was sitting there, blood washing over it as it rose from the yellow square. I sat there almost beckoning my name. With the imposing enemies, I knew I had no other choice. I took the weapon from its place, fruitlessly hoping for the best, readily expecting for the worst. The on-screen foes ceased all activity. Their faces returned to a neutral blank state, bank state apparently. So we're all dollars now.
Bank statement.
5 minutes they stood in place like this, not moving a muscle. I would have got bored after 5 minutes, turned off the console, stopped reading this, and I'd go and grab myself a job or something. I don't fucking know, but there you go. I jumped around and tried to kill them, but to no avail.
Jump around.
It's almost as if they were frozen within the confines of space, of time itself even. As if for specifically them. All interstellar and physical continuity came to a careening halt. Then they began to move. After the first couple did, I realised what truly was going on. This was a mass suicide. What? They all had guns. Most of them had just jumped off the nearest hole. But others performed incredible feats of acrobatics and medical possibility. What?
Acrobatics and medical, like some sort of acrobatic surgery. You keep flipping over the table while doing some other bypass.
One Koopa was bashing his head on a pipe. Another Goomba jumped 6 or 7 times on its own height, turned around in the air, and sent blood flying everywhere with a great splat. Soon all the enemies were dead. Their remains were spontaneously up-chunked from the trench below. You're scared, yeah? Because I fucking ain't. A grisly mixture of guts and gore littered the entire remainder of the level. Mario shuffled through the remains,
did the truffle
with
shuffle.
tears streaming on his face throughout. Random, deep, bassy tones played with nothing else to accompany. Realistic, squishy sounds were emitted every time Mario took a step on a scattered carnage. He continued to cry for the duration of the level. The whistle faded into view and followed Mario a few inches above his head. Like a
Like a virgin for the very first time.
pestilential virus. After he cleared it, of course, the whistle went straight through his chest as Mario was headed to World 5. The game has a habit of putting me where it needs to be, so I closed the window without saving. Witnessed all of that death really racked my nerves.
Alright,
As for the king, the Duke realised what was in his mind when, after capturing the Duchy of Urbino, he invaded Tuscany and the king's court. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Sorry.
Sure, it might be a game, but with the things that this game has had to present me, a whole load of boredom, I'm starting to lose my perception of reality.
it's
So the
dull.
fuck am I? I'm starting to wonder to myself, why the fuck am I reading this creepypasta at 10 to 6 on a Sunday evening? I'm starting to wonder what is real and what is inside the computer. These two things are quickly fusing into one. Well, you both have a motherboard. Ha! How? The lines, they're blurring. Pretty soon the days will start fading together. And by then I'll have lost all the sense of reality. I hope to see you all tomorrow. I don't know how much longer I can put up with this game. It's not a game. I couldn't tell you what it is.
June the 11th, 2012. There have not been any more mishaps with you all so far, which puts me at rest.
Because you don't think I'm insane.
As of today's gameplay, I fear for my own life. I feel as if something is coming after me, lurking, seeking me out, as to make immediate my demise. Never before has anything like this ever happened.
Ever in my life.
Never before has anything electronic made me truly afraid, truly scared. He's never been in the back room at Cyberdog.
And truly shocked at how shit a story and long it could be.
I most likely will get no sleep tonight. Nothing in particular occurred. It's just ... We'll find out below.
Will we?
I was in the middle of the cloud portion of World 5.
Terrible.
The Sky theme played, except it was drastically slow and demonic. Whispers were clearly audible. The whispers were almost the same as the ones I heard back in World 2. Mario was outfitted with a Tanuki suit,
Earthbound.
which naturally suited the environment. There was nothing there except two things: a red dot and a card game. I'm going to speed up a little bit. The card game icon looks similar enough for its regular game clone, except spades rolled across it in the red background instead of blue one. Now, for whatever reason, I was allowed to choose which path to take. I chose to do the card game, hoping it would serve as some kind of reprieve from all the madness. That was not the right choice. Toad didn't explain the rules of the game like normal. Instead, I was plunged into the rolling slots. Beside the slots was a risky scenario. Toad was on a guillotine. He looked at the camera with timid, teary eyes. He was also vigorously shaking his head. He shook his hands in a futile effort to free himself from the appalling apparatus, but nothing came of it. The entire picture engulfed me so much I didn't even notice the slots. I cautiously pressed them, trying as best I could to line them up. Given the stress of the situation, I failed, and to pay the personal price. The blade fell with breathtaking speed. Toad was beheaded right then and there. His head did a couple of spins in the air before landing in the conveniently placed nearby basket. The initial spins flayed blood across the white room.
Wait, did you say flayed blood?
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Blood is flaying, like whipping and ripping the skin off.
I'm going to take the skin off this blood.
Blood filled the basket and filled it up. Okay, filled was implied. Toad's body spraying blood from the stump where his head used to be. Out of nowhere, the blood whistle came down and struck his torso. The scene faded out with black to the map. I was moved to the only thing remaining, which was the destination, World 5. Silent lightning streaked across the licorice black sky. That's scary. Grey clouds.
Yeah, licorice tastes terrible.
Oh, God.
And Mario with... I like licorice. But the only other... If you like licorice, like, comment, subscribe.
No!
Other consistently visible
licorice
things.
is terrible.
If you don't like licorice, like, comment, subscribe. As far as everything goes, silhouettes of winged demons flew and danced in the background. I tried turning into the stone structure of the Tanuki suit so famous for, but it failed. So no music played, none at all. The demons would be heard whispering in what sounded like a variety of languages. Spanish, German, Latin were the most prevalent ones. A primal fear of the unknown unknown gripped me as I blindly navigated the level. Judging by the look on Mario's face, it plagued him also. This stemmed from childhood, which made it all the worse. I not only felt like Mario was in danger, I felt like my livelihood and well-being were in danger. At that
Wait, his lively, like,
Yeah,
his job.
Yeah, his livelihood of sitting
that
around
If I didn't do this, Mario would come round and...
game.
one of the demons swooped down. I would say the most accurate way to describe this creature would be a miniature Cthulhu. Its claws plucked out Mario's eyes, making them profusely bleed. He unleashed an ephemeral, I don't know how to pronounce this word actually, ephemeral yet bone-chilling cry. After the searing, I can't pronounce cry. After the searing pain relented, Mario trudged on. His face was now void of any and all expression. It was because he knew as well as I did that he would be torn apart brutally and slowly. But it would happen. After a few more seconds, the second demon came.
on his head.
He came.
It was identical in appearance to the first.
I was very lazy at describing
it
things.
swooped down with grim black bat wings, as did its portion of damage. I'm sorry.
He's just gonna start crying up his portion.
After it was said and done,
Don't you just want him to hurry up and kill
the
himself?
thing had torn Mario's arms off. Mario stopped dead in his tracks. He sobbed loudly.
Stop dead. Get it?
Yeah.
Knowing the worst was yet to come, I felt so sorry for him that the words escaped me. He continued with a morose look. His normal walk slowed to a shuffle.
Truffle shuffle.
Not a few seconds after that, the final solitary spectre came down. He did his work with one big slash. Mario was now without his legs, and his lump of a body sat there. He sadly wept in utter despair. He knew the end was near. He turned to me and choked out this. I am sorry you had to witness this. Everything. Those...
That proves that he's real, that he's really considered towards the person who's making him, get himself delimbed.
Oh, yeah.
Those were his last spoken words on World 5 before a gaggle of hell's minions descended and tore apart what remained of him. His entrails were liberally exposed as they regurgitated in their cruel feast.
Oh, wow, haven't we had this
When
whole
the
fucking
dust
before?
cleared, a mere shell of him remained. All you could see of his open stomach were his open spine and back muscles. As I had predicted, the blood whistle came to transport him to whatever hellish situation it contemplated would be worse than the last. Consider it sheer luck if I make another post tomorrow. If I do, it may be my last.
Please, God! I hope it's your last. Right.
Can't we look at someone else's, someone else's blog?
June 12, 2012. I'm starting to not care anymore. Well, so the fuck am I?
Starting!
I'm in the throes of such a severe depression and it's all starting to fade away. Everything. School, friends, family. You have such a social life that you got all this to type up.
You know when he had that suicide watch a few days ago? He's clearly easily influenced because he's been playing a game and he's just he's projecting emotions and...
Yeah. It's safe to say that this game is single-handedly ruining my life, so I'm going to continue playing it.
I think you're ruining your life.
Yeah.
Such
Your own
sadness
fault.
has never become me ever before in my life. My grandfather died when I was young, playing Super Mario Brothers 3. Oh, wouldn't you love it? But that didn't close to equate what I'm feeling now. It's a direct result of the level that I play today, which I'm getting to right now.
So did he basically say that his grandfather dying was not nearly as bad as this?
Pretty much, and also all these paragraphs are the same. It's just like, oh, you get into the story, and then we'll get into the story, and then we'll see the story, and then shit.
It never comes.
Yeah. World 6 appeared. Ice was everywhere. This is the one part that correlates to the unaltered version. Nothing else did. The ice was none other than frozen realistic blood. Possibly. There's only a solitary dot on the map.
Oh no, wait, that's DuckTales.
Mario entered it, and I knew whatever it was to pass, it would be tenfold of what had already happened. Pure sappable white was the only thing that constituted of the backdrop. Blocks of blood, ice. Hey! It
Seaman?
served as a slippery ground. Mario slid along just as I controlled him. He appeared happy, overjoyed, might be more accurate. Here he had nothing to deal with, just him and the open space and the blood. 5 minutes passed and you guys have eaten all the fucking Pringles.
Okay.
Then 10. All the way through, Mario was happy as I let him run around the fly. He had regained the raccoon tail, in brackets. It seemed like he had all the time in the world. The clock ticked and all seemed right in the game. Making the way through the level, I found out it had
Breaking
no
the law.
end. Time, oddly enough, would turn out to be the ultimate enemy. At the 20-minute mark, the tempest began to pick up. Oh, here we go. A flurry of snow and wind ensnared Mario.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And he now began to curl his tail. His teeth chattered and his body shook.
I'm so sorry.
I'm coming down from my little drop.
He soon had to sit down. Mario and I soon figured out how the game planned to snuff him out this time, with ice and time. He sat there and tried to eat himself. This, needless to say, was less than a feeble attempt, nothing but the creepy bass repeated from well 5. Mario's skin soon began to turn a light blue. Nevertheless, he sat there and brooded in the icy cold. It then that the ultimate
Edward Cullen.
feeling of sadness had encapsulated me. I couldn't fathom my
That's
sympathy.
brooding.
I couldn't begin to describe how bad I felt at the fact that his death was absolutely inevitable and that there was nothing I could do to stop it.
Just like all death.
Just simply watch in shock and dejected
Only I could get him
awe.
the potion of immortality to him.
Frostbite soon took his hands. 10 minutes after that, World 6 Mario was no more, just a frozen block of a man, sitting there in the middle of the infinite winter wilderness.
Just cuts away. It's that scene from The Shining.
After the sadness came feelings of sheer loneliness. I felt abandoned and alone, just like Mario, sitting in the middle of that ice field. I felt
Okay, I can understand why Mario might feel abandoned and alone. Why do you feel abandoned and alone when you've apparently cut yourself off?
Yeah,
from
you're
everyone?
the one who's abandoned everyone.
I felt as if no one would save me from the torture of this game because you probably pushed everyone else away, you absolute cunt. Oh, I've had
What?
enough of this shit.
Alright.
The blood whistle came down and made a chunk sound as if it impaled his chest, taking him to the next level of hell. I closed the emulator window like always and ended this self-subjected torture.
Alright.
I will bring myself to play this game tomorrow, but mark my words, I'll play the last tomorrow and this block will hopefully live on in memory so my tribulation can be seen by the world.
Huzzah!
Be here, same time, same
Go
place.
over if you want, mate.
This is the last one. Thank fuck for that. Jesus Christ. This is the longest one though.
Okay.
We'll do half.
We can do it in song.
Alright. Okay.
June the 13th, 2012. It is ironic indeed that today is the 13th. The unlucky number, the unlucky day. That's not irony. I suppose today isn't completely horrible. Today is the last day I had to play this wretched game.
What, you had to?
You had to. This horrifyingly absurd remake of what I used to see as a wonderful game will soon be out of my life,
Blood whistle,
along
cool.
with everything else.
So
With this being the last post,
his friend came up to him. I know we've gone over this a few times, but it's like, here's this game. It's a horrible, like, terrifying remix. And then, because he, doesn't know, I don't know, anything, he seems to be upset by the fact that it's a horrible game that's supposed to be
I
scary.
don't understand.
Oh, look at this sentence you're about to read.
I suppose I can finally be honest about my true intentions ever since I finished World 2.
I thought I get a stiffy from watching it.
I am going to take my own life.
Well, good on you, mate. I wish you'd take it fucking sooner.
Yeah,
All
you
the
did that
best.
a few days ago.
You're killing all of us. All of us.
Best of luck with it, mate. This game has caused me sorrow on such an ineffable level that there is no other option.
What?
Life will never be the same.
Mom and Dad, I love you. Michael and Kelsey, you guys be good. Listen, Mom and Dad, they have a lot of valuable lessons to teach you.
Oh yeah!
Lessons that I learned, but now can be never apply again.
Sing it!
Now for what your 75,000 followers read this post. The rest of the game.
Hell itself is what the game brought me to. I suppose that this was intentioned to convey World 8. What the fuck does that mean?
No.
No, not hell. Worse, Then my phone interrupting, bodies were chained up in the background. During a myriad of tortures. The only pain wasn't as strictly felt from injuries, though. The coughs, dying wheezes, and vomiting in the background reeked of pestilence and suffering. Fires emblazoned certain people as well. Certain people, the flames had an actual burning quality to them, not like regular 8-bit fire. Burn away! Flesh, eyes, and other internal organs and tissues constituted the walls and ground. If the hell I'm certainly going to exist, I think it looks something like this.
We didn't start the fire!
Mario stood before I possessed Princess Toadstool.
Did we get a comment that someone asked me for more singing after the Pokemon video?
I actually think somebody did, not on that one, but I think somebody on a video did say more singing. So that's your fault, whatever cunt said that.
I feel happy that we sang.
Her
Well,
dress
it makes it go quicker when you sing
ripped
about
in
it.
several places and splattered with blood. Her eyes gleamed red. Take a shot. The flames casting an evilly maniacal allure to her appearance. Bowser and his 6 sons were tied to wooden poles and terrified looks on their faces. Wendy, for some reason, didn't appear
Wendy?
anywhere in this game. I don't know, but she wasn't in the game. In one hand, Peach brandished a sizable dagger. In the other, the blood whistle.
The blood whistle.
She walked over to Bowser and looked him in the eyes.
Looked him in the ass!
Technical limitations slightly hindered the interpretation of what events passed.
Really? It hasn't fucking hindered it before, mate. Seriously. We've had massacres, we've had the blood whistle, we've had
the
fucking...
hyper-realistic blood.
We've had 2 girls, 1 cup shit going on here. Mate, just throw it out. It's fine. Apparently now we get technical limitations when 2 people look at each other.
Was easy enough to understand what was going on.
Is this bloody blood whistle the musical now?
Yeah. Through his gag, Bowser pleaded with her not to harm him. She brought the knife close to him, and he froze up. He was obviously paralyzed with fear. Her mouth got close to his ear, and text rolled along at the bottom of the screen, conveying the text of what played out given the sound limitations. This is what enabled Mario to speak in the past. Shh, she whispered.
Wow, that was worth it. Bowser's innards spilled on the floor in a great heap. He let out a monstrous 8-bit roar of pain as this happened. Peach laughed, her red eyes reflecting whatever evil had possessed her. The princess proceeded to eviscerate all 6 of his sons. Mario did nothing but look on in horror, as if his mortal enemies were torn apart by a woman he once loved very much. I'm going insane. I'm just going to fucking raid this now. His face soon contorted into one of loathing. He had come all this way to find out the very girl he wished to save had been taken over by an extraterrestrial evil, also known as E.T. the video game. An evil that would not only haunt Mario, but me as well. The sort of evil that doesn't go away when you turn off the game. The kind of dark force that follows into the bed chambers and steals your soul.
What?
And your virginity.
Bed chamber? I'm sorry, what time machine did you hop on to have a fucking bed chamber?
Princess Toadstool paused for a couple of seconds, and then came Mario with the knife. Wasn't she referred to as Peach earlier?
I don't care. No,
Like,
Peach, she's the same person.
I know, it's the same person.
Yeah, but who gives a toss?
Hey, Mario! She said as she toyed with a knife. I got a little sharp with me, so I pushed him over the edge.
Oh, you see? See, edge, ladies and gentlemen, is a play on words.
Yeah, I get
Wait a minute. You're right.
Correct! I started to move Mario, but nothing happened. He stood there, afraid of what she would do. She brutally slashed open his arms, legs, and abdomen. Shortly thereafter, the princess produced some salt from her billowing dress and sprinkled it all over him. He screamed again, I'm moving.
The Princess Peach you used to know is long gone. The power of the blood whistle consumed that girl and made the way for me.
Evil bitch.
And speaking of which,
she's a bitch.
She continued as she produced the blood whistle.
Here it is, hear its cry.
With With a mocking kiss on the cheek, she began to play with Mario's proposed song of the blood whistle.
It snows flooded the way the last reserve of good in May. It was hit by an invisible force to the flames. He cried out as they consumed him. This is a song by the Kaiser Chiefs. Peach chucked the whistle, making it strike him directly in the heart. He continued to wallow in utter anguish as she walked away and she laughed. He looked into my eyes and bore me this parting message via the text at the bottom of the screen.
Do not let your life be as painful as mine was. I don't think anyone's could be as painful as yours, mate. I do not hold reservations against you as you tried your best to keep me alive. I command you for that. What?
It's commend.
I commend you for that. Goodbye, Bradley, and good luck.
The tune
My name's
of
Kyle.
the blood whistle continued to play as the screen panned out of Mario's hell. How he knew my name is Bradley continues to befuddle me. How he could have such depth, such personality, I don't know. Whether this is a result of the game being as haunted as it truly is, or the fact that someone could have been captured inside of the ROM.
Oh, fuck.
Whatever the reason of this, of everything that has come to pass with this abomination, I'm glad that I'm finally done. I have made all of my goodbyes at the beginning of this post. I hope one of you takes the time to save this blog, or at the very least,
Upload it to
to
Creepypasta.
show
Yeah.
the world the hell I have put myself through
And
for
other
no
people.
good reason. I sure hope that the demented creator of this game isn't festering in the same hell I'm headed for. Goodbye, everyone. This blog was the last recorded statement of Bradley before his death. His roommate discovered him 4 hours after he made the latest post. Bradley committed suicide using a recorder that he plunged through his trachea.
Oh, wow. Wow, what an ending.
Yeah, they left out the bit where he was dressed up like Batman, had a belt round his
There
neck.
are no comments. For
No
that.
comments.
How long have we been
I have no
recording for?
comment.
It's
Okay, let's find out.
okay.
An hour.
An hour and 10 minutes.
An hour. We've wasted an hour of our lives.
Oh my god.
Good thing we have
in,
nothing
an
to
hour,
do about.
in an hour and 10 minutes, we could have watched a really good movie.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go find my recorder and put it through my trachea.
Trachea.
This is the worst one we've ever done.
It might be, actually, because it was hard to even be.
It's hard to...
We couldn't even be funny on this one. Like, we had to resort to just singing to make it funny.
You like the shit.
Let's see. I'd say, like, the three worst we've done, like Thomas, Sonic EXE, and I Hate You. Like, lots of
I Hate You was the worst.
No, this was worse than I Hate You.
Because this was like it had some funny things in it at the beginning, but then it's like around the middle when we had to resort to reading fucking books.
Yeah, the thing is with I Hate You was there were all those funny pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And this was just like...
Thomas was just
was my glory.
Thomas was just a fan fiction.
yeah, and it's easy to make fun of that. And
Yeah, but no, this is far and away the worst one we've ever read.
I would like to send
Like
out
to be a little butterfly?
No, I would like to send out a personal apology for every single person who has subscribed to us and festered upon this and watched all 8 parts, which I assume there will be 8 fucking
8
parts
parts.
to it.
Yeah.
Would it be worth 8 parts? No, and for that I'm sorry, and I hope that this doesn't
if you don't decide just to delete this and to call off the
whole channel.
doesn't tarnish our reputation in any way.
Find me killed. All right, I'm going to do the subscribe bit now, okay?
All right.
Click my face to subscribe, or subscribe to my other channel. But don't leave a comment, 'cause I hate you.